Okay, hello there everybody, this is Vivian13 here, and welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And I decided to play this game a little earlier compared to how I usually do live streams, but that's just because we got a lot of ground to cover in the investigation, and I also gotta get into the trial, so the trial is gonna be crazy, so let's rock this thing. Okay, first of all, gotta get my chat up onto my phone real quick. Sometimes technology these days for you. There we go. Alright, we're good. Let's rock. It is time to make Damon Gant cry like a little baby. Because that's how we do it. And also, I discovered something yesterday. The second piece of evidence that we have is a piece of cloth with a handprint on it. And then, we head over here, we go over to this, present that, and there you go. It was right there in front of my face. I should have realized that the second piece of evidence is a piece of cloth with a handprint. I needed to have this thing in order for me to analyze the handprint. Oh yeah, he was saying about his handprints. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, hey, I knew that. The one with a handprint on it. Jeez, where's your sense of humor? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's one of those stressful situations that you got to have a sense of humor or laugh about it in order for you to relieve stress. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth, and once they have been absorbed into the fingerprint, the rest away. What are you, my mom? I have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Alright. Normally, in most fingerprints, you wouldn't want to start with the first finger. You would definitely get a clear print from the first finger. I don't think you can get a clear print from the thumb, because it's a very used thing. I mean, a very used hand print. Okay, there you go. I give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be good for the matching print. But it doesn't look like it'll give us a clearer result with this print. Let's try a different finger then. Oh, we're gonna try the middle finger. Yeah, it's gonna be an FU to Damon Gant. Okay. Oh yeah. Got a freaking clear print. There we go, freaking clear print. Okay, now then. Yeah, it's a lot like hers. Yeah, it's definitely a lot like hers. Yeah, match found. Oh no, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match. Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints were too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they might be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey, you, over here. What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Just keep this information from Emma for now. Yeah, it's gonna devastate her. Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Okay, piece of cloth has been folded and added to the evidence. Well, was I any help? Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Really hard evidence. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is bad. This is really bad. It's Chief Gant. Oh no. In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You and the code. Uh-oh. You should have just ran. Oh no. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. I was walking away from the meeting. I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog right into a pole. And then I thought of a certain detective. He calls him a dog. Now then, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir, sorry. You in the coat. Me, sir? Drop your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out. Yes, sir. We'll be on our way too then. Wait. You with the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. Mr. Wright? Uh-oh. Someone's gonna get in trouble. Oh, this is seriously bad. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I have seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has he kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. Oh no. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Detention Center, visitor's room. I see, so the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. There's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's trial is the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What have you told me over these past couple days? It's absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who is it that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Keeping quiet. I had to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted that you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. Let me check to see if my stream's gone. Yeah, it's good. Okay. Hit me when it's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think you're afraid is more like it. Oh, she's afraid. Yep, she's definitely a coward. If I am not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask is this person that you're speaking of? The one I'm supposed to be so frightened of. What is this person's name? Definitely Damon Gant. It makes sense. We found there's all different sorts of evidence inside his freaking safe. Damon Gant. Well, this guy? Yep. Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Damon Gant. We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective, assuming he was a respectable. Then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crime? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also the other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Okay. Falsified evidence in that case. This, Neil's autopsy report, stabbed in the back and died from a punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. You want proof of Chief's wrongdoing? Here it is. That evidence proves someone is doing something wrong, alright. But it's not the Chief. Who would that be? Why, you, of course. Me? Yes. You seriously believe that you're saying that you're... Don't you know, that's scary. You seem to have a markings of a criminal. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess that was the wrong thing. Okay, saving it again. Okay, David Gant. Okay. Okay, he falsified. Okay, show me proof. This list of evidence. This was from the Chief Gant's desk. Could that be it? Huh. Okay, show me proof that Chief Gant falsified the evidence in that case. What about this evidence list? I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing the evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you summarized, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. You're the Chief Prosecutor, of course you can. Even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps should I say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I needed to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk lock was broken, and I discovered a murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, it was this knife that was stuck in it. A knife from the Elsa Knight incident, the serial killing Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave the knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That knife would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And then there's a reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems that it got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Missed her, huh? Okay, so why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? Dark's knife. Okay, finally got close to the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife. Hello there, Bass Remix, and hello there, Burrito Master. Burrito Master says, "Hi, I'm watching secretly without sound, cause Dad is in the living room, so I will try my best to stay, but without sound." Oh, it's okay, no problem, Bass Remix, I understand. And hello there, Burrito Master. I understand that, Burrito Master, and Bass Remix, hello there. I'm an anime game. This is definitely an anime game, but I think you all might like it once we get to the trial. This game is called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And you are a defense attorney named Phoenix Wright, and you have to do everything in your power to get an innocent verdict. I mean, a not guilty verdict for all your clients. You all will see what I mean once the trial comes. It's gonna be awesome. If word got out, which it would be, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped a knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe. Oh, the classic put something in the gas pipe thing from, what was that? Beverly Hills Cop. That was a classic. Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. Hey Uncle, whenever you want to tell me something, just chat over here. Sorry for making you do this way, but I can't adjust sound or wear headphones because I can't hear him coming in my room or something. Okay, no biggie. Yeah, no biggie, I understand. Okay, I got to put the... Okay, give me a sec, everybody. Okay, there we go. That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is that after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to a patrolman, Jake Marshall. Oh yeah, the cowboy. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hasn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. Give me a sec. There you go. Okay, after my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? Oh, and by the way, everyone, just in case that you all are wondering, it seems that YouTube is doing a thing. Yeah, YouTube is doing a thing about, what was that, the child protection online thing? And I have to put my videos and live streams as is this video going to be okay for kids? Or is this video not going to be okay for kids? I have to do that. Legally, I have to do that. So, I do apologize if some of you are very young that cannot see my videos. I remembered I had this game on my 3DS childhood, broke it, but I didn't mean to. Okay, Fast Remix says, this happened a long ago. A hunter's dog got lost, and the dog was lost for 2 weeks, and the dog was found about 156 kilometers away from home. Jeez, 156 kilometers away? Jeez! That dog is a survivor. Alright, that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Oh, trust me, you really... like you see you later, Bass Remix. I'm hoping that you have a good day. Thank you very much for coming by. Tomorrow's trial, where there's only one way to drive Lana's demons. I have to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? Okay, this is it, everyone. It is time for the trial. Oh, man. This is seriously gonna rock. Okay, this is it. It is time for the trial. Now I get to use big brain mode. Big brain mode! Uncle seems busy. Okay, there we go. Okay, gotta get my thinking cap on. Big brain, here we go. This is the defendant lobby, alright? But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? It's a 40 FABD. It's a Sunday, Friday. Woo! Something has been happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth! Edgeworth, what in the world are you doing here? This is a defendant lobby. Huh. Knowing you, you have already figured it out. Who's the owner of the 7777777? ID number that is. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Damon Gant. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday was because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. Last week was cold. Holy crap. In any event, once... Okay, sorry everyone, just got a text message. I'll take care of that soon. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, Wright, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. Well, she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something in. The only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her. The truth. It already goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid, today is the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce of the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, Wright? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Can you send me an airplane to Scotland? Heck yeah. The court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Excuse me for just one moment, everybody. I gotta go ahead and get me a drink, and then also I got to do some things real quick. So, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Alright, let's rock. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Okay, Epic says, latest clickbait headline from Daily Star: Chinese killer robot sold to the Middle East and will leave every human dead. Wow. Okay. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. Say, huh? But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Freaking chief using his freaking influence in the court? Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, OG. Been back to the pool yet? What is up with Chief Gant and swimming? No, I've been drowning enough as it is in my work. Oh, that's a good one. Don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me that if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intended to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. Chief Gant, you mother effer. I'm definitely gonna own him. I'm gonna pwn him so hard that it would be like a freaking meteor striking his ego. I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well, let's hear your request. Your Honor, I'd like to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all the charges against me. On February 21st this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana! Yeah, object that. Object that bullcrap. Mother freaking object that crap. Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defendant's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana... Your Honor, I hereby forfeited my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defense certainly has a right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, though this is an unprecedented situation. It appears there's no need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant... Yeah, object that freaking Edgeworth! Yes! You mother effer, you're awesome. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant's guilty, beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand that this is a difficult time for you. Why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut? Nope. Not gonna work. Edgeworth has nothing to lose anyway. I don't care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. Oh, he knew. With this sudden confession from the defendant, It's obvious to me that some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. Nope. Reject that bull crap. I don't care what you have to say, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Objection! Come on! That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? Worthy, you'll live to regret this, mark my words. Yep, Chief Gant and his freaking death stare. Miss M. Skye, please take the stand. Oh, it looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer, Joe Dark, of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Yes, it is, most certainly is. Oh yeah. Well, okay then. You sure came in fast. Now then, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. And it's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Okay, the big brain mode needs to be on for this. Okay, I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I never forget what I saw that in an instant. That man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon come to apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Oh, he's bluffing! Edgeworth is bluffing! Oh, that's awesome. Now he's thinking a lot like Phoenix. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Okay, here we go. Big brain mode on. Okay, just in case something happens, I am going to save it. Just in case. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for my sister in that office that day. Okay, question her on that. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair. I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. Wait a minute, the The judge did not see why is there an organ in the chief's office? That's taxpayer money going to that organ. And how ornate that room is. I wanted to play it that day too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. Okay, question her on that. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up, and then ran into Sky and Gant's office. There's a lot of noise coming from the outside, so I opened up the door and looked, and that's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. Okay, question her on that. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I almost forgot about Gant. Neil Marshall has just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was first to run after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget when I saw that in an instant. Okay, just in case, let's go ahead and save it. Okay, question him. Did you really forget you passed out? Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and just then, the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So the electricity went out. Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, just about when the lightning flashed again outside. Then suddenly the flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind. I see. I told the detective what I saw then. The detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. Hear more. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw? Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture, the witness drew, I believe it has very important meaning. But the list of evidence was given 2 years ago. Didn't it contain a picture? Yes. Witness, would you mind if we added this statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I drew a picture of that scene. Okay. Okay, save. Yes. Okay, think you know what to do. Okay. Okay. Present the picture. Okay, is this the one? Yes, I think this is the one. I drew a picture of that scene once, but it seems to have been lost. It's this. Boom. Yes! Oh, does it feel good to be right? Mr. Edgeworth, this little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist denying its existence. Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I am saying is that the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may be well, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this evidence list for the SL line, isn't it? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we're good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That does not feel good. Oh, that definitely felt good. That's like freaking adrenaline rushing. Holy crap. Okay. Turn it over? Turn. Ah, what's this? Yes, what is that? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Indeed, two men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you two doing with that list? Me? Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh? These lists, they're different from each other. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here. They were torn apart from each other. Oh. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence list of that case was ever reached you. Oh! Oh man. Order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If this evidence list was torn in half, then there might be more to the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, it's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let's see. Is something wrong? Do you even have to ask? Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. Is that thing... Oh, he has nightmares of the blue badger. Mr. Edgeworth got nightmares of the blue badger. Such a cute little thing, and he had nightmares of it. That thing was a dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. Evidence list restored and updated in the court record. Very well, witness. Will you please testify this picture you drew years ago? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Yeah, the same kind of ink. It could have been something that she drew. This is the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of the lightning was so bright all I could see was shadows. After all, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. To think a flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. But I don't see any contradictions here. You are a judge, Your Honor. You are a judge. Since when does judges need to find contradictions? This clearly shows Joe Dark about the murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Order! I'll have a roast beef deluxe with cheese and a large hamola shake. Jamocha, I mean, a hamocha. What in the world's a hamocha? Okay, let me go ahead and save it for just in case. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure what a jamocha is. Does anyone know? Okay, this is a picture I drew 2 years ago. Question her on that. Did you draw this picture right after the incident? I think I drew it 2 or 3 days later. At first I was such in a state of shock that I couldn't do anything. During that time, the investigation team was reorganized. Detective Goodman was placed in charge. Under the direction of Damon Gant and Lana Sky. 2 or 3 days later, the memory should still have been fresh in her mind. Excuse me, witness. But can you please tell us why this picture is painted all black? Oh, way to go, Your Honor. That's definitely very observant of you. The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. Okay, the flash of lightning was so... Okay, question her on that. So at the time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall who had come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lightning was so bright, and I was knocked to the floor. You were knocked to the floor? Dark had a tight grip on me, but then Mr. Marshall jumped on him. I was knocked away, and turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed. Poor Emma. I'm glad that she wasn't hurt. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Emma is not hurt. That's totally awesome. What happened after the lightning flashed? Okay, after that, I must have fainted. Okay, let me save it again. I think I cannot present any evidence right now. Okay. After that, I must have fainted. Question her on that. You didn't see the actual murder take place. No, I'm sorry. The flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, but the trauma of the situations understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further? What? Hey, I'm not the bad guy here. Anyway, this picture... The picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Is that really true? Like, it can be true, but... Okay, wait a minute. Let me check something out in the evidence. Do we have anything in the evidence to support such a thing? This picture shows exactly what I saw in that incident. I guess question her on this. Sorry for asking so many times, but are you sure you drew what you saw? It wasn't influenced in any way or form with your talks with detectives? Are you insinuating we somehow manipulated her memory, Mr. Wright? No, of course not. I better watch out or he might find some way to cut my salary. I drew this picture before I heard anything from the detectives, so I don't think anyone's story would have influenced me. Mr. Wright, is there something that's bothering you about this picture? Huh? Well, okay. Okay, saving it for just in case. There. Oh well. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Okay. Okay, so there's definitely a contradiction. Okay, let me see about this. Okay, so... Okay, all I can see were shadows. What about this? What about this? This would have to be it. Like, the picture shows this here glass jar. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see were shadows. Did you see a shadow of this jar? Okay, luckily for me, I saved beforehand. Oh, fudge. Okay, after that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay, something, wait a minute. The picture... let's see. Death due to loss of blood. Died from that. That's Goodman. Okay, what about... Okay, this picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay, let me check out the, file. Perpetrator Joe Dark, serial killer. Edward Jones, King Neil Marshall. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth. Witness Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Kane. Okay, there's nothing here about that, about what happened. Yeah, nothing there saying what happened. Okay, so we can't use that. Okay, I'm missing something. Okay. If anyone has any idea what a Jamocha is, please let me know. Something... Okay, Okay, am I missing something? Do I present her this? Fudge me! Okay. Okay, let me try this. This is a very stupid thing, but luckily for me, I saved ahead of time. Dang it! Okay. Okay, luckily for me... Okay, luckily for me, I saved it. Okay. And yet, there's clearly a contradiction here. Okay, we save it here. There we go. Okay, this is a picture I drew 2 years ago, okay? The flash of lightning was so bright all I could see were shadows. Okay, all you could see are shadows. Shadows. Okay, let's try... Okay, can I try this on this question? Nope. Huh. Okay. Okay, the flash of lightning was so bright all I could see is shadows. After that, I must have fainted. Okay. Okay, Neil Marshall. Okay, what about this? Yes! I knew it! It must have been something with the autopsy report. I knew it! I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it just like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction for us. And what part of the picture contradicts the autopsy report? Okay, luckily for me, I saved it. Okay, the way that this person, the way the knife was being held, yeah, present that. The contradiction lies here. Take a look at the knife in the man's holding. If you look closely, you can see the tip of it is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. But Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? The tip is broken too. And if I recall, the tip of the knife was also found broken off the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was a murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple, Emma. Where, pray tell, could you possibly see the problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered from a single stab wound in the back. If the victim was only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not have yet been broken. What's the meaning of this? Then perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. It was broken before. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right, but what does this mean? Oh yeah! I am getting big brain! Oh man. Abby's Jamocha Shake is a popular coffee and chocolate flavored milkshake that has been a dessert staple for the fast food restaurant for decades. Oh, Arby's thing? Oh, I didn't know that. I really gotta try one then. The tip of the knife. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try one of those. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation is the witness' memory is mistaken. Ooh! That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time, but she was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Oh, object that. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There's another explanation. Have you forgotten already? About a little something called falsified evidence? You're treading on thin ice, right? All I am saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No! Ah! Order! Order! Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me once again to go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors Award at the ceremony, Neil Marshall questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gant. During the questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife besides Joe Dark's. Could there have been one? Okay. Saving it. Okay, let's see. There has to be another one. Yeah, it would definitely have to make sense. Because it says a single stab wound. There is another one. There is another one. If the witness in this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, it just can't be explained away by a simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume then that you have some information about this other broken knife. If so, then please feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There was only one way. Take a look at this. The real murder weapon. The real murder weapon. It cannot be Edward's knife because this was the case from 2 years ago. Okay. Okay, the real murder weapon would have to be something in this picture. Yeah, it has to be this. Yeah, it would have to be this. Yeah, this thing, it could have gone in the back of him. Like maybe Joe Dark or someone stabbed Neil Marshall in the back, and in order to prevent it from becoming evidence, someone would have had to plunge this thing into the exact position of the knife wound in order to bury that knife in the body long enough for the trial to. Yeah, it would have to be. Okay, it would have to be this. Yeah, Chief Gant took the sword out of the prosecutor's trophy for a reason. So, do it. Here's a lot 2 years ago in the past, right here inside this picture. The award ceremony. Ah! What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding? That's the broken knife. As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in the likelihood from this award. Order! Order! Neil Marshall was awarded the King of Prosecutors that day, and as an award, he was given this broken shield and knife. And then he chased after Joe Dark and pulled out his knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife was the only weapon he had in his dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors Award was a murder weapon, then a murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, this man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh no. This is bad. But the prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. Oh no. Dang it! It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait! I remember now. I remember everything. Witness. Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? I knew it! This picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? Yeah, that's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this I've been trying so hard to get. I really gotta try that shake. I must have looked this part way deep inside me. Perhaps it would be best if we added this to the witness's testimony. Would you please tell us what you've recalled in the sky? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. Should be interesting. Okay, when I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked and rushed towards... I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of lightning, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He wasn't in the room, but I am sure I saw his shadow. This is certainly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief of detectives hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't exist for 2 years ago. Well, then the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Stop! Please don't pursue this any further. Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Silence! The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. It seems we're finally getting to the core of the matter. Anna's recollection. Okay. Okay, I think I know what to do. Okay, let me try something out real quick. Okay. It's like this. Like, the picture has, like, these two jingle bell things that's like where court jesters wear. So let me try this real quick. Yes! Okay. Okay, it's definitely possible. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely possible that it's that. I panicked and rushed towards them both. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. And then there was another flash of lightning. That's when I saw the blue badger. Present her with this. Yes! Oh, I'm good. Oh, I am good. Oh, man. Big brain is on. The mysterious blue badger was in fact this. But that's... what exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, that doesn't look like anything like a blue badger. Indeed it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, just like Mia says, think crazy. Think how things end up being like that. Our viewpoint. I'll show them. I got to show them the correct angle of... Yes. Okay, so it would have to be like... Okay, and then I rotate it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, it would have to be like this. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Q. Yeah, getting somewhere. Ah! Oops, no! Ah! Oh, fudge! I didn't want to press that button. Ah. Okay. Okay. Okay, this thing. Ah. Okay, and then I... Okay, jeez! Okay, so... Yeah. So now... Okay, like that, and then I rotate it. Okay, something like that? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Can you try that? Dang it, no! Okay. Yeah, objection, yeah. Okay, let's see. Something like... Okay, let's see. This is a curve. Okay, something like... Okay, and then I rotate it. Okay, rotate it to the right. It's like it's something like... Okay, let's see. Okay, something like... that? No, that's not it. Fudge! Huh. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Something like that? Darn it, no! Luckily I saved it ahead of time. Okay. Okay. Okay, then maybe... Then maybe I rotate it? Can't make this part... like that? Okay, the top part is this part. Like this? Dang it! Come on. Yeah, objection! Okay. Something like this? No. Fudge me! Okay. Okay, so... okay. Okay, maybe... Okay, maybe it's... this way? Okay. Okay, this way? Nope! I'm trying! I gotta find the correct angle. Okay. Okay, this part is this part. Okay. Okay, H. Okay. No, I didn't want to press that button. Jeez. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, try to rotate it to the right. Okay. Okay. Nope. Huh. Ah, come on. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I gotta get this part to curve. So it's like that. Okay, now it's like that. Okay. This is difficult. Okay, so maybe if I were to rotate this around, make this part go up so it makes this. Okay, and then no. Okay. Okay, let's see. Maybe if I were to rotate this up like... There we go. Nope. Fudge me. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Okay, let's rotate you to go this way. Okay. Yes. Okay, then something like that. Nope. Okay, come on. Okay. Okay, it's something, let's see. Okay. Okay, it's something like this? Nope. Fudge. Okay. Okay. One sec, everyone. I think my depth perception is a little low. Let me see if I can look it up. Okay. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's like this. No, I'm getting close. Okay. Okay, it's like this. it? Jeez, I gotta get to the exact angle. Jeez. Okay. Nope. Come on. Okay. Okay. Darn it! Fudge me! Okay, this is good. Okay, right there. Dang it, that's not it! Jeez! Okay. 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 Okay, then... Okay, so there, wait for it to zoom in. Okay. Okay, so... Okay. So it's like... this. Fudge! Oh, come on! No! Fudge! Wrong button! Okay, come on. Okay. Nope. Okay, there? Nope! Come on! I'm about to... Okay! Okay, there? Okay. No! I pressed the wrong button! No! Fudge! Okay. Okay, so it's like this, and then I go downwards to here. Fudge! Come on, please! Okay. Huh. Okay, so... Okay... Nope. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm getting close. Come on, please. Okay. There. Yes. Finally. No one can possibly deny this char's resemblance to the Blue Badger. Finally, I did it! No, can't be! Order! The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the crime was actually this. Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually this jar. That doesn't change anything. Oh, but it does. I think that's when you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything. Indeed. Very well then. Please tell us, what's the difference now between the witness just saw? The location of where the murder was. The location. Yeah, she must have saw one thing from one perspective because of the location of where she saw it. It's from the location, but I'm gonna go ahead and save it anyway. Location. Allow me to take these in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. At a very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on the shelf of the prosecutor in the office of Damon Gant. But the body was found lying near Lana Sky's desk. Witness testified it herself. Yes, and these two facts that reveal the action transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying that the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gant's office to Lana Sky's office? It's definitely a possibility. Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. Since there is no reason, that it will be perplexing, thus stalling the time of the trial. There wasn't a reason. He wouldn't have gone through the trouble. The only logical conclusion is that there was a reason. Do you know what that reason was, Mr. Wright? Jeez. Okay, I finally figured it out. So this is why Lana tried to stop the trial. It's too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She says she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. In the exact instance, the jar was hit and flew in the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? That would have been the impact of the man made when he was knocked to the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked into the direction of the shelf that the jar was sitting on, then what would he have hit? Ah, the suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous looking sword. Yes. Since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have had to been Neil Marshall wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Another possibility? Of course the perpetrator would have no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. Mr. Wright, what's the matter? If events took place as the defense theorizes, then the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Skye knocked away was actually prosecutor Neil Marshall, he was pinned to the sword. Oh. You mean Mr. Marshall died because of me? No. No! Thud. She fainted. I never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. Objection. What? What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark Water, Prosecutor Marshall, how can you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin this crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved the Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone to believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have to prove. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? Evidence? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence. If we don't have evidence, then we'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in this incident are dead. We certainly can't get dead people to testify. This has been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Oh, Edgeworth and his freaking wagging finger. He knows something. Of course, that only leaves with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Edgeworth? I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind a name of the person who killed his life. In one way or another, that's impossible. Well, Mr. Wright, this is a possibility left to you. A message from the deceased. Does such a message exist? I've got to think back to the court record. The real murderer's name, the victim, is in the evidence. The message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister's a murderer? Don't be mistaken, Miss Skye. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There is only one thing we seek. The truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us the piece of evidence that conveys the message from the deceased. That would be the jar. It has blood on it. This is the message left behind the deceased. Is that the blue badge before, right? Oh, he is going to speak the killer's name? If that thing could, I am sure it would. It looks like everyone's forgotten this is just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar. What do you mean? If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood in this jar. It looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some, the blood of some of the fragments was not wiped away. Yes, there is still a line of drawn blood. And what are you saying? These dots were once lines? Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments to leave a message behind. One that someone apparently wiped away, but blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No! Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, what kind of message did it leave for us? Your Honor, I believe this blood stain reveals the truth to us. Oh, man. We can connect these dots to make a letter. There's only one thing the victim would have written given the circumstance. His murderer's name. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay. Okay, how do I do this? Oh, this is gonna suck. I know what it is. Yep. 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 Oh. Oh man, this is gonna suck. But knowing that we're here for the truth. It's a defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I have been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. So this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. This sucks. Of all people, she may have not meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was devastating. See, Worthy, can't say I didn't warn you. Chief Gant, do you understand the implications of what you've done? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Oh no. But it was with falsified evidence. He didn't know it was falsified evidence, which would lead to the death of a possible innocent person. And not only that, but he used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. But Joe Dark really was a serial killer. That was undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know we aren't defenders of justice? What? We are merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Uh-oh. Despite what anyone may say, the fact cannot be denied. Yep. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? They might have sentenced an innocent man to death. How can he just stand there like it wasn't his fault? Order! 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 Okay, I thought that we were going to get Damon Gant today. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows. To be continued. Okay, I might need to change the title of the live stream. I thought for sure that this was going to be the Damon Gant part. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Yeah, Emma! I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Why, Detective Gumshoe? What is it? I've got a lot of nerve, pal, making the detective run around all on duty. And on top of it, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Way to break the ice, freaking Gumshoe. Just lay down some humor in a stressful situation. I mean, I could learn a thing or two from Gumshoe. Let me tell you this. This is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law. Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The chief prosecutor was also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She says if you're planning on to take him on, then you're gonna need this book. Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Evidence law securely slipped into pocket. Doesn't look like that book will do any good now, though. And that's all that's left now, Chief Prosecutor's sentence. And that's where you're wrong, Detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why am I still sitting in that prosecutor seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me. Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What else is there left to do? Your credibility has all been ruined with all of this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Skye was found at city unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're gonna expose him. Okay, so what Lana did is freaking... If I were to put it in today's terms, it's like you stabbing... It's like you stabbing a chuck roast or a beef roast, a raw beef roast, and you stab it with a knife. That's all it is. It wasn't breathing or anything. And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Alright, now this is where we really hit him hard. Alright, court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? The Inquiry Committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. What? There's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with witnesses. Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable! Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well, the defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. Then, the defense may now call forth the next witness, Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness... Okay, let me save it just in case. There you go. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls... The time has finally come to bring out the real murderer. We're gonna bring out motherfucking Damon Gant to the stand! Damon Gant! Damon Gant! The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As a defendant's partner, 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Alright, now it's time to really hit him. Please state your name and occupation. What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir? Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. The acting chief of police? Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear this up, the SL9 incident. Oh man, we're seriously gonna hit him, and we're gonna hit him hard. Oh, you mean the time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been pretty clear already. Nope. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that the chief of police has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Ooh, that's a threat? That is seriously a threat. Your Honor, you should really arrest this guy right now for that threat. Weapons? Take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. Oh, but that is something that is not casually... That is something that you cannot just casually, like, crumple up and throw it out. You just can't do that. You just can't waive your right to testify. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Of course, such an action carries with it a certain risk. I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, saving it. We're definitely gonna hit this guy hard. There we go. Okay, very well. The witness may now begin his testimony. Okay, as I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up, and that power outage didn't help either. When I went out to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. And when Emma sent Neil flying, that doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense. How can Emma send this big guy here flying? I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I better hit him hard and fast. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. Okay, we're really gonna hit him hard. Okay, as I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Question him on that. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yeah, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. Work is like beer. It's always good when it's cold. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana's guy also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up in that power outage. Didn't help either. Okay. Okay, what about that? So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs, I guess you could say. He got lucky. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that! The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went into his heart. Went in Neil's heart though? No, let me see. Heart, punctured heart and lung. Okay, went into his heart though. Yeah, that's not funny. Okay, and then I went to my office and I found Lana there. Okay, let me save it just in case. Okay, this is... Okay, I found Lana there. Okay, could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying on a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. Okay, saving it again. What do you mean, arranged a crime scene? Hold it on that one. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It has already been moved. So that means you found the body near Alana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with this forgery. Okay, saving it again. Okay, hold it on that one. So you're saying that the forgery had already been taking place by the time you arrived at your office? That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Alana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence is inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you better start staring at the court record. Worthy, always a smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Okay, we questioned him on everything, so... Okay, so now then we got to tie him up to the thing. Okay. I guess I recall Neil and I were questioning him that day. Really? Okay, let me check. Let me check at the SL9 report. Okay, let's check. Perpetrator, serial killer, sentenced death. Victims, Edward Jones. Head prosecutor, Marshall Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana Skye and Emma Skye. Executive investigators, Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Head investigator, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Okay, okay. Let me see. Okay, this might be a stupid idea. But we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot anyway. Okay, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Okay, so... let's go ahead and give this a shot with the SL9 thing. Do it? Nope. Fudge! Okay, luckily for me I saved it. Okay. It slipped up and the power outage didn't help either. Power outage. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Okay, what about... Okay, I went to my office and I found Lana there. Huh. Okay. I couldn't exactly take a look at the evidence list. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Okay. Okay, nothing in that. Apparently she has already arranged the crime scene. Huh. Okay, let me check. Do we have a map of the crime scene? Can I see? Okay, this is from the SL9 thing. Jeez! Okay. She has already arranged the crime scene. You can say I had nothing to do with the forgery. Wait a minute! There's the thing! The freaking evidence list was inside... Yes! Oh, man. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this list for example. That's a list of Emma drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar was also sitting in your office. It was found inside your safe. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant, there are articles of evidence uncovered in your office. Are both concrete proof that you were also played a part in the illegal investigation. Oh, 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 oh yeah. Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admitted to it then, that you were involved in forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Why would I have to do anything with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Wright? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. Huh? What? If Detective Gumshoe drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Oh, that's bad. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and their relations to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Huh. Gotta get my light on. There you go. Now let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list. Okay. Jar fragment and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Nope. It's a safe. Your office had a safe, so how in the world can a defense attorney plant evidence in your safe? Those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they are worthless. There is no reason I participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. You mother effer. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I'll be pressing charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Udgy, in return, though. I know, that place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? Damon Gant has sway over the judge. Okay. You gotta go ahead and save it. Okay, for all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Okay? Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. When? Okay, let me check the court record. Okay, when? Wait a minute, the picture in the evidence list was from 2 years ago. So, yeah, the picture of the blue badger. This. when those two pieces of evidence were discovered. They were discovered 2 years ago. Okay, anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. This vase. Okay, anyways, let's see. Okay, for all I know. Okay, question him on this. I appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in my day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped a cow! Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry any evidence, can you? If you have proof on the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Wright prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, leaving proof this investigation is illegal. I never faced someone as slimy as this guy. Okay. Okay, save. Okay. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. I think I can from the evidence list? Nope. Oh, it's when. Okay, I need to find a date. Okay, I need to find a date. I need to find something with a date on it. Okay, nothing there about a date. Okay. You question him on that. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. If concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dark is convicted, they'll be worthless. There's no reason I participate in a forgery. Okay, if they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. If they were found after Dark was convicted. Aha! Okay, here's the date. Here's the date. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm onto something. Okay. Okay, we go back. Okay. This. And then we go to the autopsy report. And maybe that'll show when. Do it? Fudge! Okay. Okay, luckily for me, I saved it ahead of time. Okay. Okay, if they were found... Are you saying this jarred fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day the Dark was sentenced. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however, clever as they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know. Come now, Rhino. Okay. 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 How can you look into me eyes and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure, I can't remember the word murder here. But in the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was in the sky. Well, now do you see? Okay, rearranging the crime scene. I think it would. Okay, rearranging the crime scene. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me in any way. That's evidence room. Extremely thin rubber glove. Jeez. Okay, rearranging the crime scene. Okay. Jeez, this is hard. Okay, rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. This maybe. Fudge! I thought that would work. Question him on that. Really, Chief Gant, at the very least there is one very large benefit you would have reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? The fact that you would of course be in the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. And that in itself is a sufficient motive. Ho, 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 oh! That's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without the case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of the SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway. Ah! Careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motive for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me more better than that. He did. Looking for me, myself, and I. There it is, out in the open. Gee, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Okay. Wouldn't be anyone's accomplice. Yep, there was. Yep. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there wasn't nothing in it for me. I think there was. Can I... This jar. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. We put this jar up, and then we could possibly have him... Yeah. Fudge! Huh. Okay. Okay, I thought that was the answer. Okay. I don't think there's any evidence. Okay, let me see. Load this. Okay, there we go. Okay, question on this. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, he would have had help. He would have helped someone out. Point out accomplice. Sure, you might not have helped out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, it appears you are positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. No, that's not what I meant. Very well then, who was this person that you believe Chief Gant helped forge evidence? That is Lana Skye. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstance. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would have wanted to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would have had a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. And for that reason, of course, it's self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved. Okay. Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor in the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would require unchecked authority over all investigations. Did you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. You mean a puppet as someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Admitted Chief Gant. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive is to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Right, oh my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I'm afraid without any proof this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless, that is also what happened in this incident. This incident, which that would be, of course I'm talking about the murder of Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial, almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in a murder of Detective Goodman. And not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana Skye take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? What? Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder. It's impossible. Chatterboxing jury, okay? Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Can you approve this, Mr. Wright? Okay, let me go ahead and save it. We're definitely gonna get him. We're gonna get him hard. Okay, can you prove it, Mr. Wright, that the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence would tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright got, and it better be good. Okay, let me go ahead and save it. There we go. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. And that would be the screwdriver, maybe. Yeah, because Chief Gant could have broken the broke the trunk with the broke the trunk lock with the screwdriver, and he was upon his request from Edgeworth to bring it. Brought back to his office by Gant's request. This? Well, Chief, so long as Wright here is tossing things. This shoe could do nicely. I'll chuck it right back at you. You always were quite the joker, aren't you? Dang it! Fudge! Okay. Okay, so was that the screwdriver? That ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. On the evidence list. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on that list we couldn't determine the owner yesterday. 77777777. Besides, there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number. Wait, how did you know that? The safe in Chief Gant's office requires a code to open. It's a 7-digit code. 7-digit? You don't mean? I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're getting good! Oh man, we're getting good! Chief Gant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense search of my office was a violation of regulations. And I would demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. He's getting... Chief Gant, so you admit it? You entered the evidence room? And on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm the chief of police, whenever it's evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you enter the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you at the date, would he? He's lying. Overreaction right on his face. Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. You hadn't seen him in days, Chief Gant. I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met Detective Goodman. What do you mean? This trial purpose is to determine Lonesky's guilt. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If the Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing: what transpired during that meeting. In that case... Oh! Let me go ahead and save it for just in case something happens. Yes! You're gonna get him. Come on, Wright, and edgy, sink your teeth into him. Tear that testimony apart. In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna have to ask you for evidence. Show us Okay, luckily for me, I saved it ahead of time. Okay, show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Okay, okay, show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Okay. Okay. Okay, show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. That could be the knife. That could definitely be it. Because there's an evidence room locker thing there. I think it's this. I have to go see Chief Gant. Dang it! Okay. Show us proof that the... Okay, so... Okay. Show us proof that the victim went to see Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Do we have anything right here for it? Could it be the electronic lock? Matter of fact, this. Found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. This? Dang it, no! I was so getting into the music, it was getting me pumped. Okay. Okay, okay, show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Okay, Goodman's ID. This maybe? No! Fudge! Huh. Okay. Okay, the evidence list. Show us proof that went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. Let me check. First Goodman's at 5. No, it's not the evidence list. Here we go. Maybe this. Half-written document dated 2/21 can be submitted to the Chief of Police. Could that be it? Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. Yet you are in possession of the report. Which means he can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to? Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. And then? You accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me get what you're saying. The Chief of Police murdered poor Goodman. Yes. Exactly. But wait, the Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Your Honor, stop defending Gant. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your ID was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. Yes! Oh, we're getting good. Chief Gant, you didn't. The murderer was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. So the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know, and everyone aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. So you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body of to the prosecutor's office. Okay, let me go ahead. There we go. And I thought it was just a useless clue taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. Okay, Gant used this. Okay, Gant... Let's see here, to move the victim's body, Gant had to use this. And that is... Okay, let's see here. To move the body, you need to use something. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. It caused of death, loss of blood in his chest wound. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. Okay. Not the Blue Badger. It's not strong enough. The parking lot with Edward's car. To move the victim's body, you would need Edward's car. Well, I see. Maybe I'll just use this later to move your dead body, Mr. Wright. Darn it. Okay. Try that again. Okay. What clue did I... Mr. Wright, show us this evidence. Okay, what kind of thing? This picture? Could she have this? Darn it, nope. Ah, jeez. Take that. Heck yeah. What was a useless clue? How could the chief have moved the body? Chief Gant used this. Let's see. What can he have used for... What could he have used to move the body? Oh, wait a minute. A screwdriver. Could the screwdriver be a thing? This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? Well, what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it in here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbing, I brought it back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office. But you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean I... The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation: to transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Order! Order! What's going on here? Is there no room for a rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. It was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. It is exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe... Your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Rhino, but I'm having lunch with this district attorney after this. We have to get going if we're gonna make it for the early bird special. But this cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I am invoking that right now. Yep, Chief Gant did it twice. That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're just gonna run away from after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show proof. Okay. Okay, get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, do you have any concrete proof? Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're gonna get him. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get him. Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Lana Skye dispose of his body? Do I have any concrete proof? Okay. Save for just in case, but... Okay, do I have any proof? Jeez. Maybe the cell phone? Maybe the cell phone could have a conversation? Maybe Lana Skye's cell phone could have Damon Gant saying those exact words? Luckily for me, I saved ahead of time. I have no proof yet. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present I have no conclusive evidence. See, Udgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip, never gamble what you can't afford, Righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side today. I'll leave the rest to you. Fudge! I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to the senior officer of our nation. What? Oh. Lady Luck, huh? Maybe we should have a word with her. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked the right to refuse to testify. There is still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions. Oh yeah, that's freaking Lana. Okay, we're getting good. Okay, I raised in this trial someone right in this very room. Edgeworth, who was this person? Or are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling the witnesses today. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth Lana Skye to the stand. The defendant, Miss Lana Skye? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February 21st. Her task is to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for today. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. Hold on. Huh? Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Ah, this isn't good. Of course he never supports such an outrageous claim anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I got a lunch date to meet. That was a threat. That was definitely a threat. This court is now in recess. That was so definitely a threat. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief has something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe? I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. That it's not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What does he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeited the right to say anything too? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery, so she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny, I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything that she told her to. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now, I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. We better get back, it's time for the final act. Why don't you... wait, huh? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Alright, it looks like this is gonna be it for today's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney stream. The next time we go ahead and do this, we're really gonna hit him hard, and I mean it. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be like freaking slaying dragons, except for it's gonna be us going to effing kick his sorry little butt. But anyways, I best get going now. Catch you all again next time. Bye bye, everyone.